You are listening to the Hodges Huddle, where we discuss all things in the wide world of sports. Here is your KLSU sports team. Welcome into the Hodges Huddle podcast, everyone. Happy New Year to everyone out there. It's been a while since you've seen this face. It's been a while since you've seen the faces next to me. As you can see, on this Wednesday, I'm joined by Randall Wilson and William Gilreath. Guys, how are we doing today?
It's good. It's great to be back on the pod. I mean, we did the Sunday show this week, and it's just nice to get back into the groove of things. Sucks that school's back, but it's great that we're back.
Yeah.
So.
I agree. I kind of missed the pod a little bit, so I'm good. I'm happy to be back.
Yeah, we have a lot to talk about, and it's always good to have a space to come out and just air out your grievances, share your ball knowledge, whatever it is that you're into.
Yeah.
But with that, let's dive right into
Hold
it.
on.
Oh, well, yeah.
Hold
Let's get
on.
it. What's up?
It is your first podcast on Hodges Huddle. How do you feel?
Old. Nah, man, I didn't even think about that till you said it, though. Yeah, it's a little bittersweet.
Mm-hmm.
I spent pretty much my entire duration of college working for KLSU. I came in as a freshman my second semester. So it's a little bittersweet, but I got the chance to grow at this station. And yeah, I guess get the chance to watch y'all do the same thing.
Victory lap.
Yeah, I guess, what are y'all, sophomores?
Yeah.
Enjoy it, man. Enjoy it, because I'm telling you, it's gonna fly by. But enough with the sentimental talk. Let's get right into it. The talk of the town, obviously. The College Football National Championship took place on Monday. Indiana completed the perfect season, beating Miami 27-21. A lot to take away from the game. I guess we just talked about this in my class, funny enough, the 2019 LSU talks, who's the better team, and things like that. I guess first of all, what's y'all take on that?
Bro, you know how stupid I find it every single year? Like, I said this on the Sunday show. This Indiana team is dominant. Like, there's no question about it. They're a dominant team. What Kirk Cignetti has done to this program has never been done before.
Mm-hmm.
And I cannot applaud him. I cannot applaud Fernando Mendoza. I can't applaud Indiana enough. Like, this is the greatest turnaround in this time frame in sports history, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
If you ask me. But we're talking about a team that's quarterback threw for 6,000 yards, that went 15-0. I get Indiana went 16-0. They played an extra game. Doesn't count to me. Same winning percentage. That beat 7 top 10 teams. That beat the AP top 4. That beat teams that 7 of the top 10 teams they beat had a combined 4 losses outside of the losses to LSU. And they averaged a margin of victory of like 21, of like 3 scores against these teams.
Mm-hmm.
We are not having this conversation with the team that probably, arguably, very easily could have lost 2 games
to
this
Miami?
season.
Yeah.
They could have lost to Miami. They probably should have lost to Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not having this conversation. I'd rather have this conversation about Georgia. And I'm not having a conversation about Georgia.
I agree. The 2019 talk, it has to end. I'm sorry. I have yet to see a team that I think would beat Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Really.
I mean, it gets exhausting to me personally. First of all, as an LSU fan, I hate hearing about the 2019 LSU team because
I love
it's
it.
like this big elephant in the room. Like, I'm so grateful that I was there to witness it. Because it was truly like just a once-in-a-lifetime type of team. It was pre-NIL, so things still felt very organic. But it really just gets exhausting talking about this every year. And it's always questions and conversations that no one asked for.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's okay. It's perfectly fine to just be the best team in college football for that year. Like, it's perfectly fine. Like, that's supposed to be the goal anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You're not supposed to be measuring yourself up against 2019 LSU or 22 Georgia or 2001 Miami. Like, I think the entire idea of that is just utterly ridiculous. But with that being said, it's an absolute no for me.
And you know how we know that, like, LSU stays the best? throughout this 6-year stretch is because next year it'll be the same thing. Is this team better than 2019 LSU? So thank you for proving our point.
Yeah, and it's so funny. I got to get this off my chest too. By the way, I always see these lists about the best teams since 2000, the best college football teams of all time, and I thought there was like a general consensus that like 2019 LSU is that team, but just seems like more and more lately I've always seen people put 2020 Bama in that one spot, and I always said, look, 2019 Bama actually was the better team. Like that as a team, barring injuries, if Tua doesn't get hurt the rest of that season and sit out, like I did not want to see Alabama play again. And thank God for Bo Nix, because I'm telling you, if Bo Nix didn't beat them in that Iron Bowl, they would have. I'm telling you, they would have put them in the college football playoffs.
But Tua broke his hip by then, so we were good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if he finishes the rest of that season healthy, I mean, who knows how things turn out? But I guess that's just way the dice rolls. But bigger story from the game: Fernando Mendoza, probably the most popular man in America right now.
Make him the president.
He's a likable guy.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd
Make
him president.
Mendoza for president, man.
But he completed the perfect season as well. He won the AP Player of the Year award, the Maxwell, the Walter Camp, the Davey O'Brien, and of course the Heisman. And it looks like he's going to be the number one pick in the draft. I don't know how I feel about that personally. I think I've seen people say this draft class is going to be a weaker draft class. What do y'all think about it? Is Mendoza the runaway number one pick?
I think so. The Raiders are in desperate need for a quarterback. Mendoza had the season he had.
Yeah, that Geno Smith trade was it was so desperate.
I think it's kind of unfortunate for Fernando Mendoza that he's going to the Raiders because he's a very likable guy, and it's just I want to say like it's almost impossible for him to succeed there right now. Mm-hmm. And it's unfortunate for him. But he's the runaway first. So I mean, who else? I mean, it is the Raiders. They could do whatever they want, but I don't. No, yeah, I just take Mendoza. Don't even make me think. Just take him.
I was actually going to say the same thing. I think the Raiders need a quarterback, and I think that is your guy. If they want to see like a turnaround, we saw him have such a good college football season. I think he could take that into the NFL easily. Not easily, but you know what I mean.
I guess the better question is because it seems like it's going to be Mendoza. Quarterback's the most important position, and probably take the best quarterback available in the draft. But do you think he has what it takes? Is his game going to translate to the next level in the NFL?
That's a good question. His arm talent is legit. Like, this is a dude that when I watch him play, I do see like glimpses of Burrow a little bit. And I say that in the way that like you see his accuracy. And he struggled a little bit on Monday, and maybe that was because a couple cheap shots that he took in the first half. And we'll get to that too. Yeah. But I mean, he is a very talented quarterback. You don't lead a team to a national championship without talent, but also he has that mindset where I think he commands a lot of respect when he walks into a room. And I know I just said I don't see him succeeding with the Raiders, but he is a guy that I feel like could walk into a room and get that respect that a guy like Burrow got with Cincy, a guy like Josh Allen gets from all his fans. And a guy like even Tyler Shuck was beginning to get with the Saints this year.
Yeah.
And so, like, that is what he has going for him. And I think when you're a rookie quarterback, it's almost like, okay, clearly you were good enough to be drafted in the first round, but what is your mentality? What is your mindset? I think that's what Jamarcus Russell really lacked. And he we hear all the stories with Lane Kiffin and Al Davis, and when he was with the Raiders, like he lacked that mentality, that mindset, that willingness to care. But there's no denying his talent there. And so I think with Fernando Mendoza, you're getting a player that's, might need some time. And he's not walking into an ideal situation. And so it's the same with Cam Ward this year. Like, these guys need time. Mm-hmm. I mean, look at the jump Drake Mays made from year 1 to year 2. So I think if Fernando Mendoza can get that respect that I think he will, and the Raiders can invest and make the right moves to build around him, I think then you're looking at a guy that's game translates very well. But if their offensive line is terrible. His best weapon is his running back.
Yeah. I think when you
That
walk
poor
into
soul.
a team like the Raiders, I think that locker room should automatically respect you. Like, you the Raiders. I'm the number one pick. I'm here because y'all are trash. I'm here to save y'all life. Like, get on board. Randall?
No, I definitely think it's going to take him some time to adjust, but I don't know, seeing him kind of like get roughed up and keep coming back up, and the touchdown that he made,
Ooh.
That was
insane.
I actually had to get up out my seat for
yeah,
that.
that was insane. So I think that was the moment where I was like, if he goes first round pick to the Raiders, like, I think he's got absolutely what it takes.
Absolutely. And I think that's what separates a lot of those quarterbacks, similar to what Will said, is literally just like, yes, you got to have the physical capabilities, but a lot of it is really just up here. Like, if you care enough to stay in the film room, get better, and build that type of chemistry, that he can do. Because those the back shoulder balls, like, him and his receivers are just on point with that. But let's talk about a different talking point from the national championship. Indiana, congrats to them. They complete the perfect season. Congrats to Kurt Signetti. He accomplished what Will just called the greatest sports turnaround in recent times, at least, by turning this Indiana program around, giving them their first national championship, and he did it in his second season. My question, I guess not the question yet, but LSU just got a very big coaching hire in Lane Kiffin. And, with a program like this, results are highly expected, very fast. What are your expectations now for Lane Kiffin, having seen what Kurt Signetti just did with this Indiana team?
You want to go first?
No, go right ahead. Take the floor.
I think when you're a personality like Lane Kiffin, you're in the spotlight a lot. And when you go to a school like LSU, you're in the spotlight even more. And so you're not going to fly under the radar. You're not going to have a crazy 7-0 start. Like, people are going to expect a lot more. And especially when Lane has done what they've done this offseason with the transfer portal class, the expectations are going to be very high. I'm not saying that they should win the national championship next year. I'm not saying that, but the expectation, I think, every year for LSU fans and for people around this program should always be we should be in the college football playoffs. It's a 12-team playoff. If you're in it every year, you're a top 10 program in the nation, without a doubt. And I think a lot of LSU fans want to consider this program a top 10 program in the nation.
Absolutely.
And so there's no doubt in my mind, like, the year one expectation should be you're in the college football playoffs, you're a top 8 team. Maybe you have a bye, maybe you don't, but you should be in the playoffs and at the very least probably hosting around one game. I don't know what everything will look like, but it's very exciting. Like, it's a real exciting time. I mean, I'm sure we'll talk about the portal class in more detail in a little bit, but
I think the expectations are high, but at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if it takes some time to adjust. I mean, he's on years of contract. How many? Like 7?
7-year
A
contract.
7-year deal,
7-year contract. I really don't know if he's going to come in and do this huge drastic change that everybody is kind of holding him to a little bit. But I do think you give it a year or you give it 2 years, it can transform into something bigger like what we have just seen.
I hope it does. And I'm afraid for Lane Kiffin's sake, I think it better because it's almost kind of scary, like how fast this LSU fan base demands results.
yeah.
Not even expects. Like I feel like I always say, like, the 2019 championship was a blessing and a curse because LSU fans will never look at their program the same. They're always going to be chasing that type of season, that type of dominance, and that's why they went out and got Lane Kiffin, because they thought he was a guy that could get them back to being that type of program in college football. I think he can do it. I don't know if I see them making a national championship. I think that's just the pessimism in me. I'm an LSU fan, but I'm a realist first, and this team will find a way to to disappoint you and break your heart every season. Like it's like clockwork. But with that, let's talk about the transfer portal a little bit. LSU, as it stands, does have the number 1 transfer portal class, the number 1 overall class going into next season. So that's great news if you're an LSU fan. But I think that right now in the pursuit of, what is it, Jordan Seaton? I think he's in Atlanta right now.
Yes.
But they have had some very big pickups. They got the DN from Ole Miss last night, I believe. So I guess who's been y'all's favorite pickup so far? A guy you think is going to come in and make some really big changes?
I'm not caught up to date on too many of the transfers right now, but I'll just go Sam Levitt. I think that was a guy. Great pick.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me a little bit of Jaden Daniels a little bit going into Arizona. But, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think Sam Levitt is a great pick. He's the number 1 player in the portal. Last night, Princely, I'm going to butcher his name, the edge rusher from Ole Miss, great pickup, too. I'm really excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
A guy who long-term I have a lot of excitement for is Fahim Delane. This is a guy that was, a top safety in a recruiting class a year ago. He was a true freshman at Ohio State. I mean, we've seen his genetics,
Saw
like
what
his
his
brother
brother did,
did.
yeah.
He was All-American here. And I think long-term Fahim Delane could be a real, superstar at LSU.
Yeah.
On the offensive side, I really like the pick of Ali Bao, the offensive lineman from Maryland. He started his career at Georgia, moved to Maryland. In 1,200 career snaps, he's allowed 1 sack.
Yeah.
And when you had the offensive line play you had last year, which I think is a big reason why your offense was as bad as it was, to get experience players and just great players is always a benefit. And so they're building the offense well. They've got, a good running. They've added 7 running backs. They added Dylan James from Wisconsin. He's a great player as well. They've got a nice wide receiver room that they're building. They pretty much have to replace everyone on the offensive side of the ball, it feels like. So they've been busy, but it's looking good.
Yeah. I think it's weird how we evaluate, or not weird, I guess it's funny now how we evaluate college football off seasons now, because now we're getting alerts that players that were already on the roster have signed a deal to stay with the team. That's the craziest thing ever to me. So I guess it doesn't even have to be a transfer period. It could be DJ Pickett or Trey Green. But I guess for me, I'll go Jace Brown from Kansas State.
Yeah.
He's a slider, bro. Really good deep threat, and that's really what we were missing last year. We had a lot of quick, fast, speedy guys, but I don't think we really had a lot of guys that could just go downfield and just take the top off the defense like that. So I think that's a very big get, and especially for a quarterback like Sam Levitt, who has the arm that he has. As far as Sam Levitt, I hope his body holds up the way we need it to. I think that's going to be contingent on the type of season that LSU has. I guess we'll see what he looks like come spring ball. But I guess, lastly, just what are y'all expectations so far?
I mean, I feel like I said that earlier. I think this is a team that, given what has been said in Lane Kiffin's 2 press conferences since he's been at LSU, I guess 3 if you count the Texas Bowl interview, this is a team that should be in the college football playoffs. I mean, he built a semifinal roster. A roster that made it to the college football semifinals, was a drive away from making it to the national championship, and he didn't get to coach in that playoff. But still, that's a team that beat every team they played, but the runners up. I think when you were able to keep Blake Baker, when you were able to keep Whit Weeks, your leader on the defensive side of the ball now, and you're able to bring in all this talent and all these big names, the expectations are going to be through the roof. I think, like what you said earlier about how LSU fans are always going to demand success quickly, they've gotten it too. Like Saban took, what did it take him, 4 years to win a natty? Les Miles took him 3. Ed Ogeron won a national championship in year 3. And if Kurt Signetti can win a national championship at Indiana in year 2, LSU can make the playoffs under Lane Kiffin in year 1. I don't think there's
I don't
any
even think
doubt
that's a
about
lot
that.
to ask for. To
That's
be honest
not.
with you, I'm right there with you, man. I guess I'll be watching from the sidelines next year. I won't be here in Tiger Stadium, but please God have made the right hire. Like, please, because I don't know if I can take another disappointing season like the one that turned out this year. But let's move on to the big leagues. We got the NFL Championship Sunday. And if I'm not mistaken, the only person in this room who's semi-invested into Championship Sunday is Randall Wilson. The Patriots are set to take on who are they playing?
The
Broncos. They don't have Bo Nix, and I forgot about him already. They're set to take on the Broncos, and then in NFC, you got the Seahawks, who are set to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Randall, how are you feeling about Championship Sunday? It's been 7 years since y'all made the AFC Championship, and y'all right on the doorstep of becoming insufferable again.
It was a great run, though. It was a great 7 years.
It was a peaceful
nice break.
7 years.
Yeah, good hiatus.
Or
I
6
don't know
years,
if
because
I'd
Brady
say-
won the next year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
we-
that
we
wasn't
kinda
with the
claim
Patriots.
that.
We
No,
got
but
we got a
claim
break.
that for
I always
sure.
like for me, it was. I hated the. I don't know if I hated the Patriots. I think I,
I hated
Tom
Brady,
Brady.
yeah.
I think
That's a
Brady
good
was
point.
just the face of the New England Patriots. But with that being said, yeah, Randall, how you feeling?
I'm nervous. Every time I think about it, I think my heart sinks a little bit.
Yeah, y'all
But-
going home.
No, I wouldn't say that. But no, I think we have a really good chance with having Will Campbell back. I know he was there for the Texans game, but having him back, he is one of our best, honestly, on our
Yeah.
O-line for sure. I think the only thing I'm nervous about is the sacks. Drake May got sacked maybe 10 times on during the Texans game, I think, something like that.
Felt
He
like
might
it.
have got hit.
Yeah, he got hit a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Will
Like,
had a really
hit.
rough game.
Yeah. But with that being said, I think if we lose to a backup quarterback, especially one that we drafted, I'm like on the team, the Patriots drafted, one that the Patriots drafted, I will not be happy, to say the least.
Well, hopefully it doesn't come to that. Well,
Yeah.
I think this would be a great matchup if we had year 2 Bo Nix against year 2 Drake May, and you had Sean Payton and Mike Vrabel, two very opposite coaches in how they conduct themselves. It would have been a fantastic matchup. I don't see Jared Stidham.
Yeah, you speaking in the past, and he's saying it would have.
It would have been. I don't see Jared Stidham getting this team. I mean, we talked about it on the Sunday show. Like, it's just so much to ask this late in the season.
Mm-hmm.
At least it's at home for them. And, this Broncos defense is not shabby. I mean, it's a good
It's a very good
defense. It's a very good defense.
Yeah.
And they will cause Drake May trouble, especially with that how the offensive line has been playing this year. Last week, we saw the Texans just pretty much keep themselves in the game because of that, despite C.J. Stroud throwing 4 picks. That dude is terrible. But I think New England they just have the edge now, and so it would not surprise me at all if they win. I think it'll be kind of close. I think they keep it within 10. I don't think it's a blowout, but I do think they pull away late in the third, maybe the fourth. In the second half, they pull away, and
Yeah, I think all the ducks are in a row for New England. You literally got once again, just keep adding to the easy schedule thing. Will once again they got an easy schedule.
Yeah.
You playing the number
Right.
one
Yeah.
seed who doesn't have their starting quarterback.
who's arguably the most fraudulent one? What are they saying? The most fraudulent one
Most
seed
fraudulent
in
one
NFL
seed
history.
ever. Yeah,
Yeah,
it just
easy schedule.
these are the type
Randall.
of things that happen when you're a Patriots fan. So good for you.
They get
Randall.
everything
Thank
handed
you.
to them
Exactly.
all the time, man.
Exactly.
Why is that a
Tom
bad
Brady,
thing?
It's not a bad thing. It just
it's
when
frustrating.
Yeah,
when
I
your
get it. You
team-
guys haven't won in a long time. It's hard, not to bring it up, but it's hard. I get it. Well, I don't get it, but it's hard.
Yeah, you
It's
actually
hard.
don't
I
get it.
don't get it, but it's okay.
Be glad you don't. But yeah, I think everything is just aligned perfectly for the Patriots to at least advance to the Super Bowl. It just sucks if you're a Broncos fan. Like I said it on the Sunday show. Like you almost feel like, what's the point of even making it?
Mhm.
Like what's the point of even winning the divisional game if you're going in there without your starting or not without your start. You're going in there with Jared Stidham. Like, it'd be one thing if you had like a solid backup.
If like
quarterback.
Jameis was their backup.
Yeah. Something spooky could happen there.
Yeah.
But
Jared Stidham.
I think it's just gonna be a very regular Sunday.
How do you feel for Sean Payton?
What you mean?
Like,
Am I
do you-
happy to
do
see him
you
in the
feel-
AFC Championship?
do you not I guess, but do you feel bad for him? Do you just not care? Like,
I don't really care.
okay,
I didn't really like. I'll say this.
I have no bad blood personally.
Yeah, same. I know a lot of Saints fans when Sean Payton left had a lot of bad things to say about Sean Payton. I didn't really care. Like, I saw the writing on the wall.
yeah.
Drew Brees was leaving, and the
Mickey
heart of the
Loomis was still your GM.
exactly like he saw what was happening. Like, and he knows more about what goes on in that organization than we ever will. I saw it happening. Like, I saw we were going to be bad, and if I'm a very good coach and I can go elsewhere where I don't have to be that bad, like, I probably would do the same thing. So yeah, I don't really care. I didn't really think about it, to be honest with you.
Do you think he's the most unlucky playoff head coach in because think about the past 10 years, right?
Damn, that's a good question.
You had, I don't even want to say it, Diggs, sideline touchdown. You had
The no call,
Nola no call.
Beastquake,
You had Beastquake. You had Marquise Colston throwing the ball forward.
you had the
you
push
had-
off.
You had the Vikings
game.
push off
It's a
Yep.
long
in
list.
1920. You had Jarrett. I'm not saying his name. A tight end fumble twice in a divisional round.
Drew Brees' last game ever, by the way.
Now you have your starting quarterback as the 1 seed break his ankle in an overtime period that you didn't even have to play in.
Yeah. When you put it like that, he might be, man.
Or is he like?
He does have a ring, though.
I get that, but like it's the chase for the because you know they say like first one's a fluke, second one like okay for sure. Like no one's
never heard those
saying that like Sean Payton's ring is a fluke, but like maybe it's just karma because it feels like
For
the
the Bounty Gate
the
thing.
bounty gate because it feels like the entire NFL is always happy when Sean Payton loses. So maybe it's just proof that karma exists.
Maybe it is.
It's like crazy. This is
that-
like philosophical right now.
I-
Yeah.
But I think if karma existed like in that way,
Yeah.
I think Sean Payton wouldn't have a job right now.
Yeah, you're right.
Because I
Yeah.
think what did he?
He's still making millions.
Yeah, he like it never happened. He might be the most unlucky coach in NFL history. But then again, I don't know if it's karma for that because they say a lot of teams were doing that.
I mean,
Just-
look what happened with Belichick
exactly. We just happened to get caught
and
for it.
Brady.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Deflategate and
wasn't
Spygate.
real.
Spygate.
That was AI. It's proven.
Proven. Let's move on, y'all. A few changes that might be coming to the NFL season. Speaking of the Patriots owner Robert Kraft was talking about this. The NFL is probably looking to increase the season to 18 games, limiting the preseason to only 2 games, and they're going to have every team play at least one international game a year, which y'all think is just bad for the league. As fans, are y'all happy that you get an extra week of football? Will I see you shaking your head? What's your thoughts?
I will.
I'll let you go first.
Oh, thank you. I'm kind of on the fence about it a little bit. I see how it can be a good idea, especially taking away a preseason game if you want to just jump right into the actual season where it counts and it matters.
Mm-hmm.
And I think adding international games, that can also be good to, spread your audience, especially when the players and coaches don't see that kind of support, if that makes sense, from other countries, I
Mhm.
guess. But I could also see why it could be a downside or why there could be a downside. So I kind of want to see why you were shaking your head no.
I am a big fan of Julian Edelman's podcast, Games with Names.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the episodes, my favorite episode he has is with Patriots legendary offensive tackle Matt Light. Dude's hysterical. But they spend the whole last 30 minutes talking about the current state of the NFL. And for years, they've been pushing for this 18-game schedule because they want the Super Bowl to be a week later, right? So you have that day off after Super Bowl Sunday. It's that President's Day. They want that
Yeah.
to line up. But if they push the NFL calendar back a week, owners can't make more money off of that. So how, if they get rid of international games, owners can't make more money off that. Like all of this is how do the owners, how do the top execs make more money?
Mm-hmm.
When we have the injury crisis that we've had in the NFL the past few years,
Yep.
with all these ACLs, like there's no doubt this NFL season was full of excitement. Like there were some exciting storylines, there were some crazy games, some wild finishes. Think back to week 1, that Ravens-Bills matchup that everyone thought was like, oh, this is the AFC Championship here. Ravens go on to not make the playoffs. Like it was a crazy season. I loved almost every second of it. These players don't want an 18th game. They don't. I don't blame them. They're running their body into the ground enough as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's getting harder and harder for them to have these long careers. And so soon, like like a long-term impact is, all right, so players, they're more injury prone. They'll play shorter careers. So when they are playing, they're going to demand bigger contracts.
Mm-hmm.
So now the salary cap's either going to have to go up or teams are going to get worse. Like look at the Bengals right now. Bengals have 45% of their cap is spent on 3 players. I just feel like there's so many more problems that the NFL has than let's add another game. Let's ban turf stadiums first. You know?
Yeah.
Here's a crazy thought. Let's protect our players. I would personally, from a fan standpoint, like it would be cool to have an extra week of football. I don't think anyone would complain about an extra week of football, but also from a looking at it from a player side of things, like how is the NFL Player Association going to agree to that?
Yeah.
I mean, when they fought for so many years to add the 17th game.
Yeah.
And they fought for so many years to get rid of the preseason game. And remember when Cam Jordan was tweeting like at Alvin Kamara, you playing week 17? And they're like, nah, like we're good.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just personally don't see a benefit to the quality of the league. Like this doesn't benefit the league. It just gives owners an opportunity to make more money. It gives the sports book an opportunity to make more money.
Yep.
And the quality of football isn't going to get better. It's going to get worse. And then we're going to go into the playoffs, and we're going to have quarterbacks break their ankles in the divisional round.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think it's just disgusting, to be honest with you. I think it's just another example of the NFL being a business first and caring about its players later, or really probably just not caring at all. I remember Joe Burrow specifically tweeting about how he didn't want an 18th game because it doesn't make any logical sense. Like we play 17, like I promise you they play enough football a year.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as the preseason, right on the money. Like that's why players are getting hurt. Like the preseason is there for you to ramp your body up and get into game speed, get into playing shape. Like players already don't play the preseason as it is, and you basically saying you just want to take it away completely. Like I don't think this is going to benefit the players. And at the end of the day, that's what it's supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about the players. The international games, it's just a business. They just want to get more eyeballs on the sport. I mean, could that benefit the player? Maybe TV contracts become larger. Sure. I don't
But they
think
hate
players will
going
complain about
international.
that. Exactly. Like, I've never seen a league that just doesn't listen to the people that make it up, like, more than the NFL. Like, that's insane to me. Like, to just tell people, no, you're going to play another game. Like, players look forward to that week 18 so much because that's it. Mm-hmm. Like, you get to be done. Imagine somebody come and tell you, hey, you have another week, actually. Like, like I don't even know, like, what the goal here is anymore besides making more money. Like, it just seems like every time I turn around, the NFL is doing something else to taint its product. First, you started with the Pro Bowl games. Like, we don't even have a Pro Bowl anymore. They just go out there and play flag football. Like,
so stupid.
Look, man, I think there are a lot, like Will said, there are a lot of better things the NFL could be focusing its attention on other than increasing games, lowering preseason games. Like, if you're going to, it makes zero sense to increase the regular season games and decrease the preseason games.
Right.
Like, that's like saying you want players to get hurt. Like, that makes zero sense to me. But let's wrap up here with the NBA. Speaking of the injury bug, a lot of guys have been getting injured going around the league. Most notably, probably who was the runaway favorite for the MVP, Nikola Jokic. I think he's out with like a calf strain. I've seen so many calf strain injuries this year. You got Austin Reeves, who's out, Kawhi Leonard, who's hurt once again. No surprise there. But the big story there is that 65-game rule that the NBA implemented a few years ago, where now players, you have to play at least 65 games to qualify for those end-of-the-year awards. So that's MVP, Rookie of the Year, All-NBA, all of that stuff. So if you average 40 points a game and you play 64 games, you will not be winning MVP that year. So I guess my question is, are they going to have to lower this thing, or are they just going to have to do away with it? Is it right? What's the real issue here?
Well, it's definitely going to impact LeBron.
Well, I think
And
LeBron's in a
so-
different boat.
Well, but I know, but like that already is going to make a lot of people not like it because it's going to impact LeBron. And a lot of people like watch the NBA for LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
Like he is the face of the league still in year, what is it, 22?
23.
23. Can't imagine doing that. I'm not even 23 years old. Wow. Good for him. But yeah, I mean, I don't have an issue with them having a minimum games that you have to play, but like, and I guess it does because for a long time they were trying to discourage, this what was it? What do they call not minute restriction?
Load management.
Low management. Yeah,
Yeah.
They're trying to stop low management, which isn't a bad thing. But then they're adding this like NBA Cup. They had the NBA Cup, which is a whole different thing in itself. Like
In-season tournament.
again,
Not in-season tournament. The play-in.
trying to find ways to make more money. And I do think that they do need to do a better job of incentivizing the players to actually like want to play. Because like I don't know about y'all, I'm a Pelicans fan. When I'm going to an NBA game, I'm gonna pick a game where I know my team is either playing somewhere in a different city or there's a player that I like that's coming to play.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's an 82-game season. Like, I don't need to watch every single game.
Mhm.
So, I guess I see the effort behind it, but, like, again, I feel like the NBA has so many problems around itself. I don't think this helps it at all.
It doesn't. And I think I think it's unfortunate because I don't want to say it's the player's fault, but I think it is kind of sort of a direct result of that whole load
Mhm.
management thing. Like, it's pretty much saying that's the only way to get these guys to care. Like, the guys, 9 times out of 10, they care about these accolades, and the only way for to get these accolades is you have to play a certain amount of games. So that means there's no more sitting out games where you feel you could have played. You just sat out because you didn't feel like playing.
Mhm.
So from that perspective, I do understand the 65 minimum game rule. But I think after this year, we could see some changes to it because when you have Nikola Jokic, who was about to be a 4-time MVP, not make it. And it's not even just about the MVP race. Look at the All-NBA teams, right?
Yeah.
Like, Jaylen Brown is probably going to make first-team All-NBA.
He's not a
And
first-team
he's not a
All-NBA
first-team.
player.
Great player, but he's not first-team
not a top
All-NBA
5 player in the
Yeah,
league.
exactly. When you start looking at it like that, and you look at it from the standpoint of how is the league going to be remembered from the 2025-2026 season? Because it's all documented just on a stat sheet. And people are going to look at that stat sheet and say, oh, Jaylen Brown was the best player in the NBA of the year? No, he was not. Like, that's going to be the story. And I think once you start looking at it from that point, I think the NBA was going to say, okay, wait a minute. We need to make some changes here because
Right.
the NBA does care about its product. They care about marketability, and they care about presentation. And if the presentation is saying that Jaylen Brown or Cade Cunningham was the best player in the world in 2026, that's going to look insane. When you play at the same time as Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Nikola Jokic and Luka Doncic. Yeah, what do you think about it?
No, I agree 100%. I think they need to start thinking about how it looks long term rather than how it looks short term.
So what would y'all
Great
suggest? If it's 65 games now, what do y'all think is a sweet number? Do y'all think it should just be how it used to be, no number at all? Like,
There needs to be a number.
I agree.
65. Hold on, let me do some math real quick. 65.
It's
it's an
a
82
lot
game
of
season.
games.
So that
So
means
you got to
could
pay.
miss
You got to pay
17 games.
80% of the season.
Yeah.
I would say like if you play 3/4 of a season, you should be eligible.
So what's 75%?
If you play 75% of a season, that's what, like 55, something like that? 55.
Quick math.
Okay, no. Let's say you play 60 games,
Yeah.
which is only 5 games difference. So never mind. Maybe I'm wrong, but like I feel like you should at least have to play half the season, and you can't just be sitting out.
Yeah.
Like they're actually if a player week whatever it is of the season, last week of the season, and they've played 63 games, but they're battling an ankle injury, they're about to go in the playoffs, and I think we can all agree the NBA playoffs are exciting.
Yeah.
They're about to
sure.
go in the playoffs. They're the number 1 seed. They're having the greatest season in NBA history, but they've only played 63 games. They play 64, 65, 65. They tear their Achilles. They're out for 18 months now. It's a bad product. It's a bad look for the NBA.
Yeah, I think, and I'm gonna say this number, and I feel like we probably gonna have this conversation again. I'm gonna say I think 60 is a good number. Because when they first came out with 65 games, I was like, oh, that's not that crazy. Like that's not that.
It's
And now,
80%.
exactly, and now you see how quickly you can miss 5 games here, ankle injury, 5 games here, hamstring, like whatever it may be. But I
Well,
think
do you think they should make the season
that's another
calendar-wise
thing.
longer and
Yes.
space out the games more to where you're only playing 2 a week?
There's a couple of conversations I've seen floated around. I've seen them floating the idea of shortening the season altogether. But they have to do something because the NBA is having a serious injury problem as well. Like
Yeah.
every week, there's another star player, and it's always the same injury. I don't know if it's just because the league is much faster now, but it's always the calf injuries, the hamstring injuries. It's always like those particular muscles that I'm finding are the reason that these star players that everybody's paying their hard-earned money to see are sitting out. So I think 60 games is a good number. But this is a problem, nonetheless. I mean, we can't let the record books say that. Who's another good?
Cade Cunningham.
Yeah, and I love Cade Cunningham game, but he's not the best player in the world. We can't let the record books say that. Any final thoughts, y'all?
No, I don't have any.
Go Pats.
Yeah, just go Pats. That's
Pats.
I have one NBA question. Since we're talking about international games, how did y'all feel about the London game?
Oh, with the Grizzlies and
Yeah,
stuff.
with the Grizzlies.
We should have talked about that actually. And the biggest story from that game was Ja Morant and his teammate. To be honest,
Yeah.
did y'all see that video?
all. I didn't.
Man,
no.
there's a video. I guess they were like at shoot around or something, and it looked like Ja was like explaining something to his teammate, and I guess it just kind of got out of hand. And you could clearly see him saying in the clip like, "I don't even really like y'all.
Oh.
Like I don't like y'all." And you couple that with the fact that Ja's been a little weird this season, like just been in the media for all the wrong things. It just an ugly situation all around. But the NBA is going to start dipping into that international bag as well. I wouldn't even be surprised if in the next 10 to 20 years, if they try to just merge with other international leagues all together.
Do you think they should
agree.
introduce, kind of like how soccer does it, a promotion relegation system with the international teams?
How does that work? Because I don't watch soccer.
So you would all right. So in the Premier League, you have 20 teams.
Yeah.
There's an entire like English pyramid. So in the Premier League, they have 20 teams. In the Championship, you have 24 teams. League One, League Two, then you go non-league, and you got like 30 non-league leagues.
Yeah.
The bottom 3 of the Premier League get knocked down to the Championship. The top 3 come up. So basically, it like discourages like tanking. It gives you, if you're having a bad season, something to like fight for.
Okay.
Because there's more money at the top. So do you think you could see a world? I can't personally see a world where any American sport does this, but if it is one, it would probably be the NBA, where they adopt this promotion relegation system and they maybe add like the Euro leagues, and then they throw in the G League, and so G League is the second tier, and it's a crazy like 30-year hypothetical. I don't see it happening, but it's just something that popped in my mind.
I can't see it happening now just because it take a long time to get there, and I
Yeah.
can't think that far ahead. I hope it doesn't, though. I am very much under the impression that the NBA needs to stay the NBA, the Euro League needs to stay the Euro League, and all the other international leagues need to stay over there. Just because from an American standpoint, there's something special and something prideful about the fact that everybody knows that the NBA is where the best players in the world are. Bart, I don't care.
I agree,
Like
yeah.
it's just, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And I think if you start dibbling and dabbling too much and mixing your product with international leagues, I think at that point it'll start to dilute the NBA's product as a whole, and then it won't be what it is anymore. We will not be watching the same sport that we grew up watching and fell in love with. But that's going to do it for us today here in the John Frischer Podcast studio room. First episode of the season or of the semester, whatever you prefer. Thank you guys for watching today. I was your host today. Today I was joined by Randall Wilson, William Gilreath. Thanks once again. And this has been the Hodges Huddle.